Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about frame structure of LTE. LTE supports two kinds of frame structures, that is frame structure type 1 for the FDD mode and frame structure type 2 for the TDD mode. Frame structure type 1, type 2. Let's see one by one. First one, frame structure type 1. Frame structure type 1 is applicable to both full duplex and half duplex FDD. There are three different kinds of units specified for this frame structure as illustrated in this figure. The smallest one is called slot, which is of length 0.5 millisecond. Two consecutive slots are defined as a subframe of length 1 millisecond and 20 slots numbered from 0 to 19 constitute a radio frame of 10 millisecond. Channel dependent scheduling and link adaptation operate on a subframe level. Therefore, the subframe duration corresponds to the minimum downlink TTI, which is of 1 millisecond duration compared to a 2 millisecond TTI for the HSPA and a minimum 10 millisecond TTI for the UMTS. A shorter TTI is for fast link adaptation and is able to reduce delay and better exploit the time varying channel through channel dependent scheduling. Each slot consists of a number of OFDM symbols including cyclic prefix, that is CP. CP is a kind of guard interval to combat inter OFDM symbol interference, which should be larger than the channel delay spread. Therefore, the length of CP depends on the environment where the network operates, and it should not be too large as it brings a bandwidth and power penalty. With a subcarrier spacing delta F equals to 15 kilohertz, the OFDM symbol time is that is 1 by delta is nearly equals to 66.7 microsecond. LTE defines two CP lengths, a normal CP and an extended CP, corresponding to 7 and 6 OFDM symbol per slot respectively. The extended CP is for multi-cell, multicast or broadcast and very large cell scenarios with large delay spread at a price of bandwidth efficiency with the length 16.7 microsecond. The normal CP is suitable for urban environment and high data rate applications. For FDD, uplink and downlink transmissions are separated in the frequency domain, each with 10 subframes. In half duplex FDD operation, the user equipment cannot transmit and receive at the same time, while there are no such restrictions in full duplex FDD. However, full duplex FDD terminals need high quality and expensive RF duplex filters to separate uplink and downlink channels, while half duplex FDD allows hardware sharing between the uplink and downlink, which offers a cost saving at the expense of reducing data rates by half. Half duplex FDD user equipments are also considered a good solution if the duplex separation between the uplink and downlink transmission is relatively small. In such cases, the half duplex FDD is the preferable approach to mitigate the cross interference between the transmit and receive chains. The next frame structure, that is frame structure type 2, I will explain in the next video. Thank you.